Hey guys, Chad Hoover, KayakBassFishing TV, and I want to talk about something that I recently received quite a few private messages, DMs. I even got about a 3-paragraph email. And it has been something that I've had a couple of things pop up over the course of the last year and a half that I kind of really dismissed, for lack of a better way of putting it. And that is my thoughts or this perceived friction or whatever you want to call it with the Googan Squad. I'm a firm believer that we should do this to enjoy ourselves, for recreation, for relaxation, and to get out there and challenge ourselves as outdoorsmen and connect with other people that are like-minded. And so for me, I don't try to have any friction with anybody, not from the standpoint of it being good for business or anything else, just because, I spent 20 years in the military and had my fair share of conflict. I'm not interested in conflict anymore. I'm interested in, having a good time. I'm interested in entertainment. I'm interested in education and providing a foundation for folks that want to become better anglers. So here's my thoughts on the Googan Squad. I wish I was a Googan when I was in my 20s. I wish I had the opportunity to do what those guys are doing in my 20s. And I find that there's a lot of times in our lives when people are successful, and I'm a victim of it myself in a lot of cases, where people want to hate the fact that somebody else is successful doing what they wish they could do. I don't necessarily want to do what the Googan Squad does because they do things a little bit differently than me. But if I was in my 20s and I could travel around the world and I could shoot video and I could share me cutting up with my friends and have a good time and make money doing it and make a living doing it, but more importantly at the same time motivate young anglers to get into the sport. What I love about what these guys are doing is they are connecting with a very hard to reach demographic for older guys like me. They're connecting with a group of folks that are going to secure the future of the sport. And so for me, everything that they're doing is positive if it's positive. I'd like to see there be less profanity. I'd like to see there be a more focus on some of the educational stuff, but it is what it is. It's the time that we live in, and I understand it. So if you're asking me what I think, and a lot of you are because I'm getting messages about it, there's this perceived friction. I think that there was some conflict or friction with Fluke Master, and since Gene is a really good friend of mine, by association I somehow got lumped into it. I don't have any friction with any of the guys in the Googan Squad. I think everything that they're doing is positive for the sport of fishing, especially, like I said, when it comes to connecting with younger folks, when it comes to injecting energy into the sport, when it comes to injecting vernacular and terminology. Ironically enough, it's the same stuff we were using when I was in high school, dope beats and ill and things like that. That's all Beastie Boys talk. And so for me, it's a bit of a nostalgic thing to see that that's all coming around. It's kind of like when bell bottoms came back in style and things like that. And so, for me, I don't hate on anything that those guys are doing. I wish them luck. I'd shoot a video with them tomorrow. This isn't me saying, hey, Googans, reach out to me. I want to do a collab. I don't really focus on that kind of stuff. I focus on doing me. I love the fact that they do them. But I just wanted to dispel any potential perception that there's some kind of conflict. I don't really know where it comes from, like I said, other than the fact that it may be associated with something to do with Fluke Master and the fact that he and I are good friends and that we've collaborated. I'm not interested in any relationship where fishermen are tearing fishermen down. It's not what I do. It's not my philosophy. I also am a veteran, and so with what's the stuff that Rob has put out and talking about his service and things like that, he's part of a brotherhood that I was a part of. I did a full career. I did 20 years. I retired. I moved on. I do what I do now, and I really enjoy it. But I owe the opportunities that I have now to the things that I did, when I was in the military. And I think most of us owe the freedoms that we have, the abilities that we have, the opportunities that we have to the folks that are serving, in the past, that'll serve now, and the ones that'll serve in the future. So, I'm not going to hate on anybody that's part of that brotherhood. So listen, this isn't a clickbait video. This isn't a video where I'm trying to perpetuate anything. It's a squash video. It's a video where I'm saying I don't have any beef with anybody. If I did have a beef with somebody, you'd know about it because I hit things head on. I generally try to handle stuff, you know, by man code, go face to face with a person I have a problem with, get the problem taken care of. If we got to get out in the yard and wrestle, we get out in the yard and wrestle. You know what I'm saying? If we got to put each other in a headlock, we put each other in a headlock. And then when we're done, we're sweating and we're grunting and we're smiling, we're knuckle loving, we move on and we focus on the mission. These guys have the same mission that I do. They have the same mission that Gene has. They have the same mission that a lot of my friends have, and that is to get folks excited about fishing, to make them more interested in fishing, and to teach them how to be better fishermen. And so in my book, anybody that's doing that is an ally. Anybody that's doing that is somebody that I'm going to root for them to be successful. And so there it is. There's no beef with me. There's no beef with anybody. In the YouTube world, there's no beef with me with any other television producers. There's no beef with me with anybody. To be honest with you, my #1 goal is to raise awareness for the things that we need to do to take better care of our veterans. We need to focus on getting more kids involved in fishing so that we can cultivate that next generation. That's why I'm excited about what Catch Photo Release and the Kayak Bass Fishing Tournament Series is doing for fishing. And that's also why I'm excited about what these guys do for our sport, what they do for opening up doors for more young kids to get into YouTube, to becoming writers and photographers and videographers and producing their own content. It's the American dream. So do I hate on the guys for doing what they're doing? Absolutely not, and I don't think you should either. So I'm not shouting you out. I'm not, like I said, this video is for no other reason for me to say I'm really excited about what these guys do. I think they provide a valuable resource to the sport. I'm excited for their success on YouTube. Obviously, I've focused on becoming a YouTuber, and I feel like some of the things that they're doing and some of the doors that they're opening are going to benefit me in the long run. They're going to benefit all of us as anglers. So anyway, guys, I'm Chad Hoover, Kayak Bassin TV. That's my thoughts on the whole Googan Squad thing. I wish all those guys the best of luck. In fact, I'll link up all their channels in the description box. If for some reason you live under a rock and don't know who they are, go subscribe to all of their channels, follow along with their adventures, root for them, because when they're successful and they win, we all win. Guys, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and go watch one of my other videos. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you guys next time on Kayak Bassin TV.